Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Bhīṣma Dev has offered amazing prayers. And through his prayers, we got to know that how he is in Virya Rasa. The secondary Rasa is Virya Rasa, but the primary one is he's in Dasya Rasa. And how do we understand that? Through the descriptions in the prayers. He is describing, oh Lord, you look so beautiful. Tamala Varnam, you have the complexion of Tamal tree. Oh, your Pitambara Vastra, oh, glittering, amazing. And then he started describing the Virya elements also. So he started saying that, oh Lord, your hair, you're looking so beautiful, covered with the dust raised by the hoofs of the horses. And how can I not mention the blood drops on your body? By my wounds. I wounded you with those sharp arrows of mine, and it looks so beautiful. And then he's also remembering that, oh Lord, how merciful you are. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Arjun went into depression, when Arjun needed your help, you spoke Bhagavad Gita. You followed Arjun's instruction. Senayor ubhayor madhya ratham sthapayam achyuta. Hey Achyut, chal, Rekha, nikal rath. Le jao dono ke beech mein le jao. Take me between the two armies. And you did that. So merciful you are. And after speaking all this, suddenly Bhīṣma Dev, he is giving us a very, very good testimony of Lord giving a higher position to his devotees than himself. He is narrating a pastime in his prayer. This is shloka number 37 of chapter 9, canto 1. Swanigamam apahaya mat pratigyam ritam adhikartum avapluto ratastah dhritarata charano bhyayak chalagdur Harir eva hantum ibham gatottariyah. So he's saying, Swanigamam apahaya, giving up your own promise, O Lord. Bhīṣma Dev is telling the Lord, giving up your own promise. Mat pratigyam ritam adhikartum. You made my promise come true. He says, Ratastah, you are situated on the Ratha. But just to fulfill my promise, avaplutah, you quickly got down from your rath. And what did you do? Dhrita Ratha Charana. You picked up Ratha Charana. What is Ratha Charana? Wheel. You picked up the wheel, O Lord. Abhyayat. And you quickly ran towards me. How did you run? See, in the prayer, he is giving analogy also. This is the glory of a Mahajan when he is offering prayer. Then he is saying, Harir eva hantum ibham. You ran towards me like a lion run towards elephant to attack the elephant. At that time, Chaladguhu, the earth shook. And Gata Uttarya, see Bhīṣma Dev, he is zooming in and he is seeing what's happening because Lord is running from the other side. He is saying, oh Lord, when you were running, your Uttari fell down. अब इसको प्रेयर में डाले, सोचिए आपका उत्तरी गिर गया, उसको प्रेयर में बोल रहे हैं. See, his way of taking darshan is so intense. So intense. See, we are not speaking about some Shravan camp where some incident is happening. एकदम शांत. और कुछ भी होता है तो अचानक हमारा नजर पड़ता है. We are able to hear also. But we're talking about Bhīṣma Dev on the battlefield of Kurukshetra where horses are running, conch shells are blown, and there's a lot of musical instruments which they keep beating every now and then. And so many other things they're doing there. Elephants, chariots, and then there are bombs which are blasted. Fire. And in that, Bhīṣma Dev is looking at Krishna's beautiful form and he's saying, your Utri fell down. It's not ordinary. He's observing everything. He's observing everything. Not just this. He'll continue his description. You will see that. Srila Prabhupada describes a little background to this pastime. The Kurukshetra battle is just about to happen. And at that time, Yudhishthira Maharaj sends Arjun, go and get Krishna's army. Krishna's army was called as Narayani Sena. And at the same time, Duryodhan goes before Arjun reaches there. Krishna was resting. Duryodhan went there and he saw that Krishna is resting. He sat down on the chair near the lotus face of Krishna or head of Krishna. And Arjun came. And Arjun was so happy to see Krishna. He was so happy. Duryodhan was sitting because he wanted Narayani Sena. A different mood he had. But then when Arjun came, so Arjun had a different mood altogether. He saw Krishna taking rest. Now see, when Krishna is closing his eyes and then he's peacefully resting, how beautiful he'll be looking. He sat down at the lotus feet of Krishna and he started gazing at the lotus face of Krishna. How beautiful, how beautiful. So at that time, the lotus-eyed Lord opened his eyes. And the first thing that he saw was Arjun. And he was so happy, so happy. Because we cannot imagine the friendship that Krishna had with Arjun. Very, very thick friendship, thick. Therefore, Arjun was not very keen in hearing what instruction Krishna is giving in Gita. Krishna is telling something and like, "Arey, nahi, main fight nahi karna, mujhe fight nahi karna." Only in second chapter he submits himself. You see? Very thick friendship. To an extent, Narad Muni once saw that Arjuna is resting besides Krishna and Arjun's feet is on Krishna's chest. His feet was there on Krishna's chest. Narad Muni is thinking, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? Such thick friendship. Such thick friendship. In fact, it is described that Krishna would spend a lot of time with Arjun. They would sit together and have prasad. Krishna can have bhoga also. They sit together and have bhoga. And they'll have nice fun time cracking jokes at each other. So all that, such thick friendship. So when Krishna opened his eyes and looked at Arjun, he was very happy. Very happy. Oh, Arjun. And then he embraced Arjun. And from behind, Duryodhan is saying, I have also come. And Krishna turns and Krishna welcomes. Krishna is a magnanimous personality. He welcomed Duryodhan also. Duryodhan, so nice to see you. So what have you come for? Obviously, Krishna knew everything. Still he's asking. We have come to take your help. Then no one said Sena. We have come to take your help in the battle. We need your help in the battle. And at that time, Krishna said, see, 2 of you have come. And since 2 of you are asking my help, therefore, I give 2 options. One option is very wonderful. Other option is useless. The wonderful option is my Narayani Sena. And the useless option is me. Why useless? Because I will not be fighting. I take a vow. Since it's a fight between the family members, I don't want to participate in this. Therefore, I take a vow that I will not lift any weapon on the battlefield. So these are the 2 options. And Krishna tricked Duryodhan. He said, see, I saw Arjun first. Then Duryodhan can say, but I came first. Then there also Krishna added, see, I saw Arjun first and he's younger to you, therefore we should give him first option. Arjun, you choose what you want. You want Narayani Sena? You want me. And Arjun, without thinking twice, he said, you. And Duryodhan said, I will take a Narayani Sena. See, in this way, Arjun, without any second thought, he chose Krishna. And at that time, Krishna, he spoke when Duryodhana left and he chastised Arjun. क्यों भेजा था युधिष्ठिर ने तुझे यहाँ सेना ले जाने के लिए? Why did you choose me? I'll not be fighting. And that time, Arjun showed his confidence, his faith, his shraddha on Krishna. He said, "Oh Lord, if you're there with me, what about these Kauravas? They're all chutku-mutkus. I can defeat Devatas also." This was the faith that Arjun showed on Krishna. And at that time, Krishna took a vow saying, "Arjun, I'll protect you in all situations, circumstances throughout your life, especially on the battlefield." See, one thing that we have to note is that when we choose Krishna or anything else, remember, Krishna will take care of us to the fullest. We shouldn't doubt on this. We shouldn't doubt on this. Because Krishna is taking care of those atheistic people who say God does not exist. And God is standing and he is saying, "Is it? Okay, I don't exist." So what is Lord doing? He's not punishing them. He's just taking care of them. He's giving the same air to breathe and same water to drink. Mayavadis are saying that Lord does not have any form. And with that beautiful form, Lord is bestowing blessings to them also, taking care of them. Now tell me, when Lord is taking care of such people, why can't the Lord take care of devotees who choose the Lord over anything else of this material world? Very, very important. Very, very important to note. Therefore, in our life, whatever we sacrifice for the pleasure of the Lord, it's never going to be wasted. We should never consider it to be a waste. Never. We may or may not be able to recognize what Krishna is doing for us now, but that we will leave it on to Krishna, because we have trust that he will take care. Physically, it's his wish, but surely he'll take care of our consciousness and he'll help us get closer to him. Maybe day by day or maybe lifetime after lifetime, based on him, based on our intensity of bhakti and based on his sweet will. Therefore, in our life, whatever options we get, the first thing that we have to ask is this option taking me closer to Krishna? If no, I reject that option. Even if that option seemingly, I might feel that I'm losing a lot of things, but still I give up that, because for me, attaining Krishna is more important than anything else. And Krishna, he notes down all this. Please remember, he notes down all this. And accordingly reciprocates. And you know what is the best reciprocation of the Lord? He protects our faith. He enhances our faith. He nourishes in Krishna consciousness. What other protection we need, tell me? In this world, people attack our faith. That faith is protected. And more importantly, the faith is enhanced more and more and more. And that's what is needed to continue practicing bhakti. And here, Krishna promised Arjun, "I'll protect you." And it was not that Arjun was thinking, "Abhi dost khada hai samne, usko choose nahi karunga, to kaise lagega usko." He had natural love for Krishna, natural attraction for Krishna. Therefore, he chose Krishna without any second thought. ऐसे नहीं कृष्णा ऐसे खड़े and then वो कर रहा है inky pinky ponky and then no. Okay, I'll take you. He was very clear. At the first go, I'll choose you. Then the battle started. A huge fight began between the two armies, Kauravas and the Pandavas. And when it comes to Bhīṣma Dev had natural love for Arjun and the other Pandavas. So what would happen is, whenever Arjun would come in front, so at that time Bhīṣma Dev was not that hard, little soft while throwing the arrows. Maybe he would throw like this. I'm not sure, I'm just thinking. He was not shooting the arrows, he was offering the arrows. And all this was observed by Duryodhana. This was on the 9th day, if I'm not wrong, the 9th day of Kurukshetra Yuddha, or before that. Some places it is also said 3rd day. But anyways, one of the days of the Yuddha. So Bhīṣma Dev, he met Duryodhana and Duryodhana started saying, "What sort of person you are? You're not fighting properly. You're not giving your best. I have observed. Whenever Arjun comes, you throw. You're not shooting arrows properly. You're not shooting arrows properly. You don't want to kill them because he is your favorite. And maybe there are dialogues which says that we are taking care of you, but you're not doing justice to what we are giving you. Maybe he might also say that tune hamare ghar ka namak khaya hai, or whatever. Yes. So one point to note here is Bhīṣma Dev, he is a righteous person. As soon as he heard that, he said, no, this is not proper. I promise, tomorrow I will kill all the 5 Pandavas. And he had some wonderful 5 arrows. He said, with these 5 arrows, I will kill them. And Duryodhana was extremely intelligent. He said, give those arrows to me, I'll protect those arrows. I'll not give it to anyone. And at this time, Krishna on the other side, that is, Kauravas are this side putting their tent, and on the other side, Pandavas are there in the tent. And all this is happening in the evening time. And Arjun is resting. He's resting. And Krishna is going and he's saying, Arjun, get up, there's a great calamity. And Arjun he opened his eyes and said, oh Krishna, what happened in the middle of the night? What happened? He said, Bhīṣma Dev has promised to kill you. That's okay. He went off to sleep. I was so mesmerized, to read this section. Krishna is walking to and fro, thinking what has to be done. Then finally Krishna woke Arjuna. He said, go. You remember Duryodhana? He had told, once he had given you a benediction that whatever you ask, he'll give you. Go and get 5 arrows. Which 5 arrows? You just go and ask him 5 arrows, he'll give you. I know everything. He goes there and Duryodhana welcomes him. And Duryodhana says, what do you want, Arjun? You want the entire kingdom? I'll give it to you. He said, no, that we will decide on the battlefield. You have those 5 arrows. Give those 5 arrows. Duryodhana is struck. ये सिर्फ 2 लोग के बीच में हुआ था बात. That is me and Bhīṣma Dev. ये बीच में अर्जुन कहाँ से आया? And at that time, Duryodhana had to give. See, even when he was demoniac, still, whatever he would promise, he would follow. He gave those 5 arrows. And he went crying to Bhīṣma Dev, wo arrow le gaya. He took the arrows. And Bhīṣma Dev, he understood very clearly. During that, we were 2 people. That is you and myself. But in between, there was Paramatma also. That is Krishna. At that time, he took a vow. His vow was, tomorrow, I'll kill all the 5 Pandavas, or Krishna has to break his promise. So this was the vow that Bhīṣma Dev took. And it is described, next day, Bhīṣma Dev, he was violent, furious, ferocious. And he was shooting arrows after arrows after arrows. And Arjun, he was not trying to shoot arrows at Bhīṣma Dev. He was trying to counter the arrows which are coming from the other side. That's the description given. And for your information, when Krishna was driving the chariot, Krishna made sure that not even 1 arrow touches Arjun. Forget about arrow. Not even 1 drop of sweat comes from Arjun's forehead. Not even 1 drop of sweat. This is how our Krishna took care of Arjun. He promised, he has to take care. He would not just take care of Arjuna, he would take care of the Rath, he would take care of the horses also. Can you imagine the Supreme Personality of Godhead? When the horses are tired, he's going and pressing the feet of the horses, and he's caressing the horses, he's feeding them, just because this is Arjun's chariot. He's doing all that. But then on this day, when Bhīṣma Dev was shooting arrows after arrows, so Krishna was taking the chariot the way it was needed. But Bhīṣma Dev was shooting arrows and Arjun is counteracting, and Arjun got tired at one point. And you know what happened? Something happened by which Krishna couldn't tolerate. Arjun started moving. His uttari all over his face. He was sweating. And as soon as Krishna saw the sweat, he couldn't tolerate. ऐसे खून नहीं देखा उन्होंने. He didn't see blood on Arjun's forehead. He saw sweat. And he got furious. And this day is remembered by Bhīṣma Dev when he's lying on the bed of arrows and he's offering this prayer. What he's saying? Swanigamam apahaya mat pratigyam vritam adhikartum. O Lord, Swanigamam apahaya. You are ready to compromise on your own promise. You are ready to give up your own promise just to prove my promise true. Just to manifest my promise true. You are ready to give up your own promise. What did Krishna do? Avapluto rathastaha. He was situated on the ratha. Krishna was there on the ratha. But he got down. He got down from the ratha. Dhrita ratha charana. There was another rath that was broken. It was not that some rath is moving, Krishna is removing the wheel from that. There was some rath that was broken. And there Krishna got down, he went and took the rath's wheel. And as soon as Krishna lifted that wheel, there's a description which says, Sudarshan Chakra came and he also merged into that wheel. See, when Krishna is lifting, he always lifts Sudarshan. Today he is lifting wheel. So the chakra also came. And what happened? Abhyayat. Oh Lord, you're running towards me. You're running towards me. How are you running? The way Haririva Hantom Ibham. The way a lion runs towards the elephant, to kill the elephant, you are running towards me, to kill me. And at that time, I observed. What did you observe? I observed, Chaladguhu. The earth was shaking, the earth was trembling. Now, Srila Jiva Goswami, he says, why was earth trembling? Earth is shaking in excitement. Looking at the show of Lord's efforts to protect one devotee and fulfill the promise of another devotee. Earth is in great excitement. But then I also came across Vallabhacharya's commentary on this. Vallabhacharya says, when Lord gave up his vow, because he picked up the wheel means he has given up the vow. So the earth was thinking that even the ordinary person shouldn't break his vow. And here Supreme Lord is breaking his vow. And one of his vow is to maintain this entire universe. Today he has broken this vow. Looks like he has broken that vow also. To maintain the entire universe. Very soon there will be annihilation. And out of fear the earth is trembling. Lord, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Now this is so wonderful, you see. That Lord is running with great speed. Earth is shaking. And during that time, the great incident took place. And what was that? Wow. And the Utri fell. And Bhīṣma Dev noted, yes, on the bed of arrows I'll offer this prayer. Utri fell. So here comes the question. What is the reason the Utri fell? It is described, Lord was in such a great excitement. He was running. He could have took his Utri and then he would have ran. But he was in so great excitement to retain the promise of his devotee, he didn't bother. Okay, let it fall. No problem, let it fall. So this is to retain the promise of Bhīṣma Dev. At the same time, Krishna's face was in great anger. He was so angry that he was least bothered about what is falling from his body. Utri fell, he was least bothered. He was angry on the other side just to protect Arjun. So, to fulfill the promise of Bhīṣma Dev, he was in great excitement. And to protect Arjun, he was in great anger. In neither case, Lord was least bothered about what is falling. So now comes the question, when Lord jumped from the chariot, moving towards Bhīṣma Dev, what was Arjun doing? Arjun also jumped. And he's saying, stop. And Arjun's entire anxiety is, oh Lord, your promise will be broken. Please don't do this. I will fight. You don't fight. Such a wonderful thing, isn't it? This is the relationship of a devotee and the Lord. So Lord wants to protect his devotee and devotee wants to protect the Lord's promise, Lord's image. Because the devotee knows very well that if Lord does this particular act of breaking his own promise, Lord's image will be spoiled. Everyone will say this person broke his vow. Therefore, Arjuna wants to protect the Lord's image. See, this is how the preachers are. So, when it comes to Lord's image, any pastime where Lord's image is getting questioned, so that time the preachers come up with all the weapons and they start arguing. They start defeating the other person. This is what the acharyas do, you see. Any incident which is not proper, it is not proper according to the worldly rules and regulations, immediately the acharyas will come with the weapons, that is their pen. And they start writing commentaries after commentaries that how our Lord was absolutely right because He's absolute truth. That's what they do. In every pastime they do this. Every pastime they do this. Because for the devotees, Lord's image is very, very important. They want to always glorify the Lord. And what Lord wants to do? Lord wants to protect His devotees. So wonderful. This is a relationship of the devotee and the Lord. Lord is same whom we are worshipping. But the question comes, do we belong to this category of devotee? Do we? Yes. Some are thinking, maybe. Maybe kya? Bilkul nahi. We don't belong to this category at all. We have to ask this question, how many times have I chosen Krishna over my ego? Just ask this question. How many times? The time when I will choose only Krishna over all my egoistic decisions, it means I have come to this category. Krishna will take care. Krishna will take care. Very, very important. See, as devotees are already chanting 16 rounds, I need not tell there are two options given. One option is towards sense gratification, other option is towards Krishna. So choose Krishna. I don't think I have to speak all this. But the thing that we have to understand here is many times, even after coming to the path of bhakti, just because of our own egos, we might not do the right thing that will take us closer to Krishna. Yes. It might be a simple thing, like a simple thing, just telling sorry to some devotee whom we offended. Nahi niklega muh se sorry. So, or another person asking, kuch bol raha hai kya? Sorry bol raha hai? Sorry. Sorry, kuch nahi. Tujhe sorry kyun bolu? Galti to teri hai? Why should I tell sorry? Simple thing I'm talking about, simple thing. Yes. Because we give more importance to our ego, our false ego. Therefore, it's a very important point to note that we have to come to a stage where we choose Krishna. I mean, those things that will take me closer to Krishna. And I'm supposed to reject all that takes me away from Krishna. Very, very important. Very, very important. So, having spoken about all these wonderful things, Bhīṣma continues with the same mood. As Krishna has got down, he's picked up the chariot and he's running towards Bhīṣma. And Bhīṣma is extremely happy. Bhīṣma is looking at the scene. And that scene, what he saw, he's remembering that. And now he is narrating the same in the next shloka also. What did he see when Krishna was running towards Bhīṣma? 38. Shita vishikahato vishirna damsha. Shataja paripluta atataino me. Prasabham abhisasar madartham. Sa bhavatu me bhagavan gatir mukundah. Such a beautiful, intense meditation. He says, Sa bhavatu me bhagavan gatir mukundah. Hey Bhagavan, O Krishna, let you, Mukunda, the bestower of liberation, be my only goal. Be my only goal. Hey Bhīṣma, what are you saying when Krishna is running towards you? Can you please tell us? At that time he says, Shita Vishika Hato, that person who was wounded because of my sharp arrows. Again and again he's seeing the wounds created by his own arrows. And what else? See, when Krishna was about to get down from the chariot, you know what Bhīṣma did? He shot arrows after arrows on Krishna. And those arrows, they hit Krishna's armor. And our armor broke. So the armor broke, and you can imagine, armor is on the chest. Now it broke. Now it's hanging from the two sides. And Uttari is there on that. Yes. And Krishna is not bothering about all this. He just got down and is running. So this Bhīṣma saw. So he's saying, Vishirna damsha, your armor broken. Who broke? Me. I broke. So when I shot arrows, you're wounded by my arrows. your armor is broken. So what happened? So how was your body looking? He's saying, Shataja paripluta, you're covered with blood. Oh Lord, you're covered with blood. But still with all this, prasabham abhisasara, in great anger you rushed towards me. Who was I? Or who am I? Atataina. I am an aggressor. I am your enemy. How you ran? With great force to kill me. Mad vadartham. Just to kill me, you ran towards me. Now this is very nice to note. Bhīṣma Devi is saying some very, very specific things. Shita Vishika Hato Vishirna Damshaha and Shataja Paripluta. Afflicted by my arrows, your armor broken, and you're covered with blood because of the wounds created by me. So now Prabhupada, he gives a very wonderful point in the purport. The Supreme Lord cannot have any enemy, nor can a so-called enemy harm him because he is Ajita or unconquerable. Who in this world can think of harming Krishna? Just imagine someone is aiming at Krishna to shoot arrows and Krishna just paralyzes him and just falls. What else? He just falls. How can someone harm Krishna? Not possible. Not possible at all. He is Ajita. He cannot be conquered. But still he takes pleasure when his pure devotee beats him like an enemy or rebukes him from a superior position, although no one can be superior to the Lord. Bhīṣma Dev played the part of valiant warrior, and he purposely pierced the body of the Lord so that to the common eyes it appeared that Lord was wounded. But factually all this was to bewilder the non-devotees. The all spiritual body cannot be wounded, and a devotee cannot become the enemy of the Lord. How can a devotee be the enemy of the Lord? That's not possible. And how can someone harm the Lord? That's not possible. How can wounds be created on the body of the Lord? How is that possible? How can blood come out of the body of the Lord? Arey Baba, he's Chit Ghan. He's completely spiritual. How can the blood come from the body of the Lord? Just imagine Krishna is using his sword or knife and he cuts his finger and blood is coming out. And at that time, Draupadi comes in and then she tears her sari and then she ties. Now again question comes, blood kahan se aaya? He does not have any blood. Forget about blood. Krishna does not have hair on his body except for his beautiful curly hair and his eyebrows and his eyelids. He does not have any hair on his body. He does not have beard. He does not have mustache. He does not have hair, like we have. He does not have. Yes. So we can understand one point very clearly, that the Lord does not have any material impurity, but still is manifesting all this. He's still manifesting all this for two reasons. Okay, you all tell. What are the two reasons? First is, very nice, to reciprocate with the devotee. Just imagine Bhīṣma Devi shooting arrow लग रहा है, कुछ खून नहीं निकल रहा है. Yes. Bhīṣma Devi shooting arrows to give pleasure to the Lord in the Virya Rasa. And Lord is reciprocating by manifesting the blood. You hit me, see, blood is coming out. I'm wounded. First is to reciprocate with the devotee. Second, to fool the materialist. Then the materialist will say, "Khoon nikal raha hai." He is just an ordinary person. He is not Supreme Personality of God. He is not spiritual. He is material. Just for that. For these two reasons, Lord manifests all these different things. Because Lord does not want materialists to offend him more and more. So naturally, when they speak all this, when they see all this, they understand, ye to kuch nahi, ye to ordinary person. Little bit maybe more stronger than me because he lifted little Govardhan. But then, not that strong also. Yes. They keep him away. They will not come to Krishna. So by that, they will be protected. And when the devotees see that how Lord is reciprocating with me, the devotees get attached to the Lord. How merciful my Lord is. How merciful he is. So this is seen by him. Prasabham abhisasara. Bhīṣma Dev is saying that Lord was in great angry mood when he was running towards me. The mood was what? How dare you? You want to kill my friend, my Arjun? You want to kill him? I'll kill you today. With that mood, he had lifted the wheel and he was running towards Bhīṣma Dev. So here comes the question, what was Arjun doing? So Arjun jumped and then he's saying, wait, and Krishna is not listening. Arjun actually jumped onto Krishna to hold him. He was holding at the waist and Krishna is running. When Krishna is running, who can stop him? Batao, who can stop him? I also heard that someplace Arjun saw a hole. He put his leg into it just to get a grip so that he can hold and pull him back. But then nothing is working. Nothing is working. Srila Prabhupada writes, very, very amazing commentary. Prabhupada says, the Lord was so angry that Arjun checked him when he was moving towards Bhīṣma Dev. But in spite of Arjun's checking, he proceeded towards Bhīṣma Dev. Look at this line. As a lover goes to a lover without caring for hindrances. Bahar mein gayi dunya. I want to meet my lover. With that mood, Krishna is running towards Bhīṣma Dev. And what was Bhīṣma Dev's mood? So aisa nahi ki Krishna is running and Bhīṣma is shooting more arrows. You know what Bhīṣma Dev did? Bhīṣma Dev firstly was extraordinarily happy. Extraordinarily happy. Again for two things. Let me see if you can tell me. What are those two things? He was extremely happy. Huh? Okay, he is very happy that Krishna is coming personally to kill. Okay? Huh? Okay, Krishna broke his own promise. How will devotee celebrate when Lord is breaking his promise? He was happy that Lord is fulfilling my promise. Both are same, but still we'll take this one. It doesn't look good now when we say that he's celebrating Lord's breaking the promise. So this is one. What second one? Bhakta Vatsalta of the Lord is manifesting. How? Just to protect his devotee Arjun. He's just jumping and he's running towards me. How great my Lord is, how great my Lord is. He's so happy. So he was so happy. You know what Bhīṣma Dev did? Bhīṣma Dev gave up his weapons, he kept it down and he stood. Oh Lord, please come and kill me. This is what is the great achievement of my life. You come and kill me. He's standing. I don't know what was the mood of Krishna. वो तो गुस्से में आ रहा है, अचानक से इसका मूड बदल गया भीष्म देव का. Bhīṣma Dev is smiling. आइए, स्वागतम सुस्वागतम. Idam padyam, idam argyam, idam achmanyam. And it is described. Lord stood before Bhīṣma Dev to show him that his promise was fulfilled and that he had taken up the wheel. He is standing in front of Bhīṣma Dev, holding the wheel in his hand. Just to show Bhīṣma Dev, देखो उठाया मैंने, खुश? Are you happy? If you are happy, I am happy. Abhi, my question was, what happened after this? You know what happened? Srila Prabhupada writes, the fighting of the day was thus ended at that very moment. And Arjun was saved. Maybe वो घंटी बजा दे, okay, खत्म, चलो अभी अपने camp में चले जाओ. It was done. All this drama was only for one thing, that is to shower mercy onto Bhīṣma Dev. Here comes the question, was Bhīṣma Lord's enemy? Because some ordinary people might ask. Many times, people say, Bhīṣma Dev to अच्छा लड़का था मैं सुना. What was he doing on his side? He was a brahmachari. What was he doing on that side? Prabhupada answers. Had Bhīṣma Dev been an enemy of the Lord Krishna could have annihilated him without even moving. Isn't that a fact? मतलब वो चैरियट से उतरने की क्या जरूरत थी बताओ. He could have told Sudarshan, hey Sudarshan, cut. I don't think Krishna has to tell something. Even I don't think he has to speak also. He just desires that Bhīṣma Dev's head is cut and is falling down. I think it will just fall down. He need not jump from the chariot. Point number one. Point number two. Even after jumping, he need not pick up a wheel with so much of endeavor. And point number three, what's the need of running? He could have just thrown. And his Shakti would have just taken that wheel towards Bhīṣma Dev and just killed him. But he's running. What was need of all this? Prabhupada is raising this question. Krishna could have annihilated him without moving. There was no need to come before Bhīṣma Dev with blood and wounds. But he did so because the warrior devotee wanted to see the transcendental beauty of the Lord decorated with wounds created by a pure devotee. This is the way of exchanging transcendental rasa, or relations between the Lord and the servitor. By such dealings, both the Lord and the devotee become glorified in their respective positions. I have a doubt here, you have to solve that. Here it is said that pure devotee wants to see wounds on the body of the Lord. And therefore Lord is manifesting. Why pure devotee would like to see this? Virya ras. See, the devotee wants to give pleasure to the Lord. And the pure devotee knows what is there in the heart of the Lord. Lord wants to relish virya rasa. And in virya rasa, he does not expect some flower garlands and roses and lotus flowers thrown at him. He wants the arrows to be thrown at him. And when arrow pierces the body of the Lord, yes, Lord becomes angry. I will also kill you. And when the pure devotee sees the wounds on the body of the Lord, he understands Lord is getting pleasure. Since Lord is getting the pleasure, the pure devotee feels very happy. That's the reason the pure devotee wants to see the Lord wounded. That's the point that is made here. See, Bhīṣma Dev, he's so humble. He's calling himself as Atatayanaha, aggressor. But at the same time, he's so grateful to the Lord and he's saying, "Oh Lord, I'm an aggressor, but still you showered mercy onto me. How merciful you are." Srila Prabhupada writes, the dealings of Lord Krishna and Bhīṣma Dev on the battlefield of Kurukshetra are interesting because the activities of Lord Sri Krishna appeared to be partial to Arjun and at enmity with Bhīṣma Dev. So externally seeing, for any ordinary person, he will see that Krishna is angry on Bhīṣma Dev because Bhīṣma Dev wanted to kill Arjun. But there is a secret. But factually, all this was especially meant to show special favor to Bhīṣma Dev, a great devotee of the Lord. The astounding feature of such dealings is that a devotee can please the Lord by playing the part of an enemy. The Lord, being absolute, can accept service from his pure devotee even in the garb of an enemy. This is the most wonderful thing. The devotee is in the garb of an enemy and he is fighting with Krishna, and Krishna is getting great pleasure, and the devotee is also very happy because Krishna is getting great pleasure. What is Bhīṣma Dev's desire when he is seeing all this? He saw Krishna picking up wheel, running towards him, wounds on the body, armor is broken, Uttari is falling down. And he's seeing all this. What is that desire that Bhīṣma Dev has? The last line says it. The last line is the essence. Sa bhavatu me bhagavan gatir mukundah. May Lord be my ultimate destination. If you go and ask Bhīṣma Dev, kya chahiye aapko bataiye? And Bhīṣma Dev is saying, mujhe kuch nahi chahiye. I just want Krishna. That's it. Oh Lord, I want you. I don't want anything else. I don't want anything else. See, when a devotee desires this, Lord allows the devotee to tie himself. And we have so many examples. The entire month of Kartik is just the example of how Lord allows his devotee to tie him. Mother Yashoda tied Krishna. Physically she tied with the ropes after a lot of endeavor. But those were ropes of love. Next, Arjun tied Krishna. He tied Krishna with his love to an extent that Krishna became the chariot driver. Arjun says, go left, Krishna goes left. Arjun says, go right, Krishna goes right. Arjun tied Krishna by his pure love. And look at Bhīṣma Dev. Bhīṣma Dev is next level. He tied Krishna and he pulled Krishna towards himself. This is Bhīṣma Dev's strength. He pulled. Therefore, we understand very clearly that Krishna, he's showing by all these pastimes that even you can tie me. This is a shloka which comes in Damodar pastime. Please repeat. Towards the end, this comes. Evam samdarshita hi anga harina bhrityavashyata svavashenapi krishnena yasyedam sheshwaram vashe. Evam samdarshitahyanga. Lord exhibited this entire pastime. Harina Bhritya Vashyata, just to show that how Lord takes a subordinate position than his devotee. Lord comes in the Vasha of his devotee. A devotee can capture the Lord. And who is this Lord? Yasyedam Sheshwaram Vashe. He is that Lord who keeps all great personalities of this world in great capture. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, all of them are held by Krishna, but Krishna is held by his devotees. He is captured by his devotees. Therefore, you might ask anything to Krishna, Krishna will sanction. You ask Krishna that, oh Lord, please give me a good job, Krishna will give. Oh Lord, please give me a lot of opulence in terms of place to stay, in terms of maybe vehicles, or maybe a match for marriage, and so on and so forth. Krishna will give. But you ask for prema bhakti, he'll think. He'll just, prema bhakti, ruko, I'll give. Continue chanting Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna, be happy. I'll give. Prema bhakti is something that Krishna does not give so easily. Therefore, many times when devotees say that I'm aspiring to attain Krishna Prem, so there are people from other sampradaya who laugh. Krishna Prem, you'll not get so easily. Bhakti, you cannot get easily. You can get bhukti very easily. You can get mukti very easily. But bhakti, not that easy. Therefore, in many other sampradayas, they don't use the word bhakta at all to address themselves. They don't say, I am a devotee of Krishna. They don't say that. Because they understand bhakta means the one who does bhakti. And bhakti is something very great which Krishna has to give. And that I don't have, how can I call myself as a bhakta? We to use like this only. I am a devotee. I am this devotee, that devotee. We say also base devotee, prasadam devotee, college devotee, corporate devotee. Yes, devotee. We just use the word like that. But then there are people who know Shastra very well. They don't use this word so cheaply, the word devotee. Because they know Krishna does not give so easily. Because Krishna knows अगर इसको भक्ति दे दिया तो मुझे इसके पीछे भागना पड़ेगा. First, I have to test him nicely. Is he ready? Is he really ready? Then I'll give him this great treasure called devotional service or Krishna Prem. And he tells the devotees, you go and deliver it to him. Sometimes Krishna gives it personally, sometimes the Parampara Acharyas will give, or some existing personality he will give. So in this way, Krishna gives Krishna Prem only to very few. Yes. And all of us want to be in that few. Therefore we say the goal of life is to attain Krishna Prem. We might not do much to attain Krishna Prem, but we have made the goal as Krishna Prem. Yes. We say, yes, we will attain Krishna Prem. Yes. So after this, Bhīṣma Dev is highlighting something very wonderful. Because he saw this entire form of the Lord and he's very happy. And he's highlighting something very, very wonderful. He's highlighting Krishna's form on the chariot. Till now he described Krishna's form that was running towards him. Now he's describing Krishna's form on the chariot. And specifically, he's telling what was Krishna doing on the chariot. 39. Vijayaratha kutumba atatotre Dritahaya rashmini tat shriyekshaniye Bhavati rati rastu me mumurshur Yam iha niriksha hatagata swarupam. There's a desire in the heart of Bhīṣma Dev now. Because Bhīṣma Dev's prayers are coming to an end. There are 42 shlokas and we are at 39. So, Bhīṣma Dev has a desire now. You know what's the desire? Bhīṣma Dev's desire is Bhagavati rati rastu me mumurshur. I am mumurshu. Means I want to die now. And with that desire to die, Bhagavati rati rastu me. May I have prema for the Lord. May I have prema for Krishna. Without Krishna prem, we cannot leave the body. If we leave the body without Krishna prem, where will we end up going? Where will we go? And where will we go if we don't attain Krishna prem and leave the body? Unfortunately, what will happen is, maybe we might take human form again because we have practiced devotional service, we have chanted the holy name. But we never know if we'll get the association of devotees to practice bhakti. Never know. Yes. And the most horrible part is, even if you get association of devotees, we never know if the devotees are intense enough to help us to advance in Krishna consciousness. Because association of intense devotees is something that all of us need, so that all of us can push ourselves and carry on in the practice of devotional service. Not just any other devotee. And devotee is not the right word, we should say sadhaka, not any other sadhaka. We need some intense sadhakas in our life who can take us forward. Therefore, it's very important that we aim at attaining Krishna prem, and not just aim, do the needful to attain Krishna prem. It's not that you put it somewhere, okay, I want to attain Krishna prem, keep watching that and not do anything to attain it. That's not something that we are expected to do. We have to ask, kya karna chahiye Krishna prem paane ke liye? What am I supposed to do? And the answer is that we have to render, or we should practice devotional service 24/7 for the pleasure of Krishna. These two things, if we are able to do, then we qualify as a pure devotee. If we practice bhakti majority time of the day, and with the desire to please Krishna, we can be called as a pure devotee. And pure devotees are the ones who receive Krishna prem. They are the ones. Krishna is very pleased with such people, very, very pleased. Therefore, each one of us, if we really want to please Krishna, we should aspire for this. Majority of the time for practicing bhakti with a desire. The desire is also important. It's not just externally doing something. Desire is also important. That is, I want to please Krishna. But the best part is, this was very, very hope-giving for me. The best part is the angas of bhakti themselves are very powerful. Very powerful. So if you associate with angas of bhakti, the desires will also change. That's the best part. Even if I'm the most contaminated person, associate with the angas of bhakti, I'll be purified. And my desire will change. And someday, my desire will be, every moment, I want to live just to give pleasure to Krishna. That is ultimate thing. Ultimate. And what is Bhīṣma Dev saying? Vijaya Ratha Kutumba. Oh, that Vijaya Sakha, Krishna, he was protecting Vijaya's Rath. And what was he doing on the Rath? Atatotre. He was holding a whip in the right hand to move the horses. And second, Dhritahaya Rashmini. He was holding the reins in the left hand. So you can imagine the entire scene which Bhīṣma Dev is able to see. The ropes which tie all the horses, he is holding that in the left hand, and in the right hand he has got the whip. Tat Shriya Ikshaniye. And he is so beautiful. He must be seen in that form. This is the mode of Bhīṣma Dev. Everyone should take darshan of the Lord in this form. Yam iha nirikshya hata gata swarupam. And anyone who took darshan of the Lord of this form, all of them they attained liberation after dying on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Isn't that wonderful? We were not there on the battlefield. The fact that we are sitting here proves. We are not there on the battlefield for sure. So few points, from this shloka. See, Bhīṣma Dev got something which even Arjun couldn't get. What was that? Bhīṣma Dev is remembering the beautiful form of Parthasarthi. And see, Parthasarthi, Dhritahaya Rashmini and Atatotre. He is holding the whip in the hand and he is holding the reins of the horses in the hand and he is moving the chariot. Where is Arjun sitting? Behind. Where is Bhīṣma Dev? In front. And Bhīṣma Dev is saying that I am more fortunate than Arjun. Because this form of Parthasarthi, only I was able to see. He didn't see. He was not able to see. वो तो पीछे था. See, this is the favor that Lord has done unto me. He gave me darshan like this. So wonderful. And specifically, Prabhupada writes, Bhīṣma Dev never forgot the beautiful feature of the Lord as Parthasarathi, which even Arjun could not see. Arjun was behind the beautiful Parthasarathi while Bhīṣma Dev was just in front of the Lord. As far as the military feature of the Lord is concerned, Bhīṣma Dev observed this with more relish than Arjun. In fact, Bhīṣma Dev was able to see Krishna. Obviously, he's holding the reins and he's holding the whip. And in between, he'll say, hum, hum. Bhīṣma Dev is able to hear that. He wants to speed up the horses and he's making this sound. And Bhīṣma Dev is saying, I am able to see all this. I am so fortunate. I am so fortunate. So here comes the question. Is Bhīṣma Dev interested to take Arjun's position? It's so nice. You're sitting on the same chariot. And Supreme Personality of God has become your chariot driver. और क्या चाहिए जीवन में? Actually, the answer is, many times devotees have this question. Can I upgrade my rasa, my relationship with the Lord? Initially, we'll get into Shanta. From there, I'll get into Dasya. And from there, slowly, I'll come to Madhurya. See, one important funda to understand is the devotee who is there in a particular rasa, that devotee is very satisfied in that particular rasa. Usko nahi chahiye aur kuch. You will never see Hanuman being envious of Srimati Radharani. You will never see that. Nor you will see Yashoda Mai being envious of Radharani or Radharani being envious of Yashoda Mai. No. You will never see Gopas being envious. Never. It is described that if Balram understands that Srimati Radharani and Krishna have moved in this direction, so Balram takes a U-turn and goes in another direction. He is not keen about going and taking or replacing Srimati Radharani. Nor Radharani is interested to take the position of Balram. If she understands, if there are some honey drops fallen, and if she understands, oh, Balram was walking, drinking honey from here, she will not go in that direction to go and see what Krishna is doing with Balram. They are all satisfied with their services to Krishna. They hanker for more and more service in that particular rasa. And here we understand very clearly, Bhīṣma Dev also, he is relishing the rasa of being a das, servant, and giving pleasure to the Lord in Birya rasa by fighting with the Lord. Specifically here one word is used, which I would like to elaborate. Vijaya Ratha Kutumba. Whose Ratha? Vijaya's Rath. Arjun's Rath. See, Kutumba word is used. I was wondering why this word Kutumba has to come. And I heard a very wonderful explanation of Kutumba. Kutumba. Kutumba basically means, so a person has his own family. The person is ready to do anything, right or wrong, by any means he wants to take care of his family. Such a family is called as Kutumba. So in this world also we see, just to maintain the family, sometimes people do obnoxious things just to maintain the family. So here, who is the Kutumba of Krishna? Vijayaratha. Arjun and his chariot are Kutumba for Krishna. Therefore, when it comes to Krishna, he was ready to do anything which is not proper. He was ready to do anything which is not proper just to protect Arjun's chariot, because Arjun's chariot is Kutumba for Krishna. So the question comes, what all things he did? One very wonderful scene from Mahabharata. Arjuna and Karna were fighting. Karna had a very special weapon. And on that weapon, he invoked another personality. His name was Ashwasena. That was a snake. And this weapon, empowered by the snake, had all power to kill Arjun. And when Karna mounted to fight with or to kill Arjun, Krishna understood. And he aimed at Arjun's neck. When Karna was shooting the arrow, he aimed at Arjun's neck. And Krishna could make out everything. So when he released the arrow, empowered with the snake, Ashwasena, at that time Krishna, he very forcefully, he stamped on the chariot. And at that time all the horses, they went onto their knees. And at that time, Arjun also came down. And that arrow came. And then that hit the crown and the crown fell. And I also heard that Arjun was a little angry on Krishna. Chalana nahi aata hai kya? Can you imagine? I don't know what Krishna replied. Maybe Krishna might have replied, it was not supposed to be the crown, it was supposed to be your head, which fell down. So this was seen. So Krishna was ready to do anything to save that chariot. Another scene, which is given in Mahabharata. If you want to know who is the rash driver, that is Krishna. All the rash drivers are in Parampara. Bhūrishrava was fighting with Arjun. Bhūrishrava, he had a very special club, a gada, that was given by Lord Shiva. It was very special. And if that gada, using that, if he would have hit Arjun even once, Arjun would have died. And you can imagine Bhūrishrava, he is trying to attack Arjun with that gada, but our rash driver, Krishna, is taking chariot here and there in such a way, in such a great speed, that Bhūrishrava is not able to come close to Arjun to hit him with the gada. So you know what happened? Firstly, for your information, it was told by Lord Shiva that if this gada is used at a person who is unarmed, who is not in a position to fight, you have to face the repercussions. You have to die. So since Krishna was taking the chariot here and there in such a great speed, and Bhūrishrava was not able to come closer to Arjun and hit him, Bhūrishrava got so angry, he threw the gada at Krishna. He was so angry. He threw the gada at Krishna. And you know what happened? Since Krishna was unarmed, since he was not fighting, that gada went back and killed Bhūrishrava. Ye hamare rash driver. Therefore, one thing is very clear. Just to save that kutumba, that is Vijay and Vijay's Rath, Krishna was ready to do anything. Anything. So now Bhīṣma Dev, if he asks this question that why you want to die now? He has this desire, no, I want to die now. He has a very special desire that he wants to die at that particular moment. Prabhupada writes, Bhīṣma Dev wanted the same facility, and that was his prayer to the Lord, although his position as an associate of the Lord is assured in all circumstances. The conditioned souls rotating in the evolutionary cycle from the aquatics up to the form of Brahma are all in the form of Maya, or the form obtained by one's own actions and avoided by material nature. The material forms of the conditioned souls are all foreign dresses, and when the conditioned soul becomes liberated from the clutches of material energy, he attains his original form. The impersonalist wants to attain the impersonal Brahman effulgence of the Lord, but that is not at all congenial to the living sparks, parts and parcels of the Lord. Therefore, the impersonalists again fall down and get material forms, which are all false to the spirit soul. A spiritual form like the Lord's, either two-handed or four-handed, is attained by the devotees of the Lord, either in the Vaikunthas or in the Goloka planet, according to the original nature of the soul. This form, which is cent% spiritual, is the Swarupa of the living being, and all the living beings who participated on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, on both sides, attained their Swarupa, as confirmed by Bhīṣma Dev. So see, the point that is made here by Bhīṣma Dev is, Yam iha nirikshya hata gata swarupam. I want to die now. Why I want to die now? Because I want to attain my Swarupa. What will you do attaining the Swarupa? I want to witness this pastime all the time. Witness it here? No, pastime is over here. The battle is over. What will I witness? So Bhīṣma Dev, on the bed of arrows, is saying that I want to die now so that I enter that eternal pastime of the Lord where Lord is fighting, in that fighting spirit. I want to see the Lord in that fighting spirit. I want to assist the Lord. I want to give pleasure to the Lord by shooting arrows at Him. But Bhīṣma Dev, how do you say that you will attain your Swarupa? You will attain eternal pastime of the Lord He says, what to talk about me? Anyone on the battlefield of Kurukshetra who saw the Supreme Lord face to face and left the body, they all have attained liberation. For your information, not everyone went back, come back to Godhead. Depending on their mode. Some of them, they attained Brahma Jyoti, and some of them, they attained Vaikuntha, based on their favorable mode or unfavorable mode, based on that. But everyone was liberated from the material clutches. That is very clear. And same thing Uddhava is telling to Vidura. Same point. So when once it is told, okay, that's good. Twice it is told, it is confirmed. Please repeat. Uddhava is saying this. Tathaiva chanye naraloka veera ya ahave Krishna mukharavindam netrai pibanto nayanabhiramam Parthastra-puta padamapurasya. So here, Uddhava is telling Vidura that on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, there were two things that were taking place. The soldiers were purified by two entities. One is by darshan of Krishna, and second one is by arrows of Arjuna. By darshan of Krishna, they were getting purified, and by arrows of Arjuna, people attained liberation. And one point that all of us have to understand here is, Lord is not just merciful to all the Pandavas. Lord is merciful to everyone on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He was glancing at everyone. And Lord's glance is very, very powerful. Lord's glance nourishes the devotees. One of my favorite pastime, when all the Gopas, they drank the waters from Kalya Daha. So at that time, since the water was poisonous, they all died. Instantly they died. Same thing happened inside the mouth of Aghasur also. They all left their body. That's what is described. But Krishna came there and Krishna glanced on them. And Krishna revived all of them. He revived all of them. So here comes a very important understanding when Krishna glances. He removed the poison from the bodies of these Gopas. And second, he gave life to those Gopas. Therefore, when we take darshan of the Lord, we taking darshan of the Lord or not, that's a question. But Lord seeing us, that is for sure. He is glancing at us. And by his glance, two things he does. He removes the poison from within. He removes the anarthas from within. This is the first one. Second, he gives life to the devotee. He gives his mercy, and by his mercy, the devotee is able to render devotional service. He is enlivened in Krishna consciousness. A very, very important thing to note. Therefore, we need to go to take darshan of the Lord. So, devotee shouldn't be so eager that, I will go and see. It's good, to go and stand in front of the Lord, take darshan. But important is, we have to be available there so that Lord can see us. We go there to give attendance. And when Lord sees us, He does the needful. He does those two things. Removes the poison and enlivens us in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Bhīṣma Dev, he has this mode. Bhagavati ratir astume mumurshur. I'm going to die now. He's going to leave his body. He had that Ichha Mrityu. He can die whenever he wants. So he's saying, and now at the time of death, when I'm going to leave the body, Bhagavati ratir astume. May my ultimate attraction be only towards Krishna. There's a very wonderful thing. We might say Ante Narayana Smriti. That's very nice. We chant the holy names at the time of death. Devotees have this misconception that at the time of death, I'll chant Krishna and I'll go back home back to Godhead. Is this misconception or proper conception? It's not just about chanting Krishna. It's not just about chanting the holy names. It's about chanting the holy names offenselessly with love for the Lord. So two things are very important. Your action of chanting, and second, your inner intention and your favorable attitude. This matters. So the attitude and the intention is cultivated over lifetime. And at the same time, the practice of chanting Hare Krishna is also a lifetime business. Both of it has to be very proper when we are leaving the body. It's not just one. Therefore, When Krishna says, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram, anyone who remembers me at the time of death will come back to me. He is very clear. We have to remember Krishna. And specifically our Acharya say, remember Krishna in a favorable attitude. And the best is attaining Krishna Prem and then remembering the Lord, going back home, back to Godhead. Attaining one's eternal service at the lotus feet of Krishna. So in this way, Bhīṣma Dev goes on and on. So is it that Krishna's greatest devotee is Arjun? Bhīṣma Dev adds, to receive mercy of other greatest devotees of Vrindavan. And he mentions the exalted position of gopis. Bhīṣma Dev is mentioning in shloka number 40. And 41, Bhīṣma Dev is remembering that how wonderfully the Supreme Lord is doing service and Rajasuya sacrifice. And finally, in the last shloka, Bhīṣma Dev, he remembers the personal form of the Lord and he decides, now is the time to leave the body. Looking at the beautiful form of the Lord with that wonderful, favorable mood, having that intense desire to have attraction towards Krishna, Bhīṣma Dev leaves this world to enter the eternal pastimes of the Lord. This is the entire climax of Bhīṣma Dev's prayers. When we hear these pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam, one thing should happen. We should get such desires. Baki ho, kuch na ho, doesn't matter. At least this should happen. At least during Katha time, ऐसे लगना चाहिए. बाद में, I don't know. At least during this time, the desire should come in the heart. Even I want to develop such attraction towards Krishna. I want to be attracted only towards Krishna. Yes. So all of us can pray to Bhīṣma Dev, that we also get such pure desire. What is the pure desire? Pure desire to attain Krishna and to give or to serve Krishna, to give him pleasure. That pure desire. And that pure desire, a person who has it can give us. Personalities like Bhīṣma Dev, they have it. Personalities like Gaur Kishodas Baji Maharaj, they have it. Personalities like Srila Prabhupada, they have it. We should know what to pray and we should know whom to pray. And it's just a matter of time that by the mercy of these personalities, we'll receive it. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki